Hello YouTube, Kevin the Stoic Reseller here, and I have a special what sold over the weekend, so it's the last 48 hours, and we have another topic that we all need to discuss. So, we've had 14 sales for $443.32 this weekend. Pretty slow weekend by my standards. I'm not sure what's going on. The only thing I can think about is I've been listing a little bit longer tail items like pants, and I've seen my sell-through rate kind of slow down in the recent coming days. But that's just how I operate since I go on the weekend and source over the weekend and source for 3 weeks. Is I have to manage the long tail items first, and then I start going into the better items. But anyways, let's get this started. The first item here is a Built Executive Fit long sleeve. Now this was a great sale. This is the last item. I had like 2 or 3 of these, and this Built sold for $35 plus shipping. Next item is an item that has sat for quite a while. See, 124, I'm in the thousands now, and I'm just happy to let it go. I delisted it, relisted it, updated price, updated title, sold within about a week after doing that for $6. I'll take it. Next item is some outdoor research pants. These were great. Anytime you see outdoor research, look them up. The title of the item is going to be in the on the materials tag. So this one sold for a pretty solid price of $34 plus shipping. Next item, some Peter Millar shorts. I keep finding this specific style. Peter Millar is also something you should be looking up the specific item name. You can do that by looking at the numbers on the back of the material tag. This sold for $25 plus shipping very quickly. So let's talk about the topic that we have today. So today I dealt with a very interesting situation with a buyer claiming that I sent them an inauthentic jersey, which is false. I know it was an authentic jersey. I verified it. And what's interesting about it is he said that he can't open a return because he gave it to his friend as a present. Now, if I was a friend and I bought what I perceived to be an inauthentic jersey on eBay, I would have just returned it and told my friend about it and said, hey, I'll catch you on the next week when I get another one. However, this person said, I'll take a partial refund because supposedly I lied about it. So in just the effort to quell the situation, make everything right, I gave the gentleman a 30% discount, which was like $11.50, and explained to him that I disagree with his assumption and determination. However, I always strive for 100% satisfaction, so I gave him the discount regardless. I wasn't going to fight it because it's not worth my time. About a half hour later, he comes back and tells me that he's going to provide negative feedback unless I give him the full refund. Now, we'll discuss how to approach that coming up after the next couple items. So this item is a 511 Tactical. These were a fairly newer style of theirs, and if you look up on eBay specifically for this type, there's not very many. So I didn't have very many comps to go by, so I just priced up. And this 511 Tactical sold for $29.97 plus shipping, which, based on my experience, is above average for their pants. Next item is, I'm going to butcher this, Villebrequin is I believe it's a French brand. This is a 3XL linen, kind of like polo. This had a stain on it. Otherwise, it would have sold for about $35 to $40. Sold within a couple weeks, and it sold for $24.97 plus shipping. Next item here is a pair of Patagonia baggies. These were weird. Normally the baggies do really well, but this was a different style of baggies that didn't do so hot. I have had these for about a month and a half, and these sold for $30. Still a solid amount, but took a while. Next item is something that, you know what, guys, I'm going to specialize in, and I'm going to get you all to specialize in this too. pair of Nike yoga pants. Again, something that if you go back and listen to all my other videos, I always have a used Nike item that sells for high dollars, and people always say it's not worth it. I don't know. I seem to find the worth it items, so can you. All right, so let's continue with what I did. So my immediate reaction was to write to him saying, oh, hey, that's fine. Leave me the negative feedback. Because in theory, and specifically, you cannot quid pro quo on eBay. You cannot threaten a seller, or even in the vice versa with a buyer. You can't threaten them to do something or something else is going to happen. It's not allowed. It's against eBay's terms and conditions. So all I had to do in that is I didn't respond. I went into the messages and reported the message, reported the buyer. And in the comment section, I basically gave a brief description of the initial conversation, what I did to try to satisfy the situation which eBay wants to know. And I went well above the expectation because he couldn't return the item, according to him. So technically, I didn't have to do anything. And also, I made sure to input my request. I specifically stated that he made a demand or else something was negative was going to happen. And I added that I would like any negative feedback from this buyer to be removed and this buyer to be blocked. Now, generally, eBay gets back within about a couple days. So I'll update you once I have a resolution as to what happens. But that is the appropriate response to a crappy customer. He's obviously just trying to commit some form of fraud, and that don't let buyers intimidate you. You have all the right to say, I will give you a discount upon a return. Or if they're very persistent, you can always report them. You can always call eBay. Do not get intimidated. Do not get pressured by sellers, because all they're trying to do is fear tactic you into giving them a free return, or rather a refund, and you're never going to get that item back. So you'll just be out the money. In my situation, there was enough profit on the item to where I was okay giving him a certain amount of a refund just to basically shut him up. And obviously that wasn't good enough, but that's okay. I understand the policies, and that's why it's important for you to understand the policies. But let's carry on. These are a pair of LL Bean shorts. These are women's. Guys, I highly recommend that you get LL Bean bottoms, that you look up the style number. They're always worth looking up. I've sold all sorts of them. They're very popular, and if you have the specific style code, and you can see that that's a specific thing that I keep doing, is having the specific style code, and you can get more money, the items sell faster, and so on. These sold for $18 plus shipping. The buyer had asked what was my lowest, and because the person was so nice, I decided that, hey, I'll give this person a little bit bigger of a discount just to get the item moved. Next item is my favorite brand, Untuck It. This item sells super strong for me. 21 plus shipping, sold within about a week and a half. Next item, wouldn't you know it, another pair of Nike shorts. I wouldn't pay up for these. These were the Nike Lab. Very little comps for this specific item. I may have priced it too low, but you know what? I got $20 out of it plus shipping. And on a slow weekend, I'll take that all the time. The next item we have here is a pair of Cuts AO joggers. Cuts is a fabulous brand. You guys should be looking for this brand at all costs. Some of their just general shirts, like their Henleys or long sleeves, they don't go for as much. Their bottoms, just like any other brand, go for a lot. Their jackets go for a lot. And I found a hoodie, and I'm gonna test the market on that. I think I can get around $35 for the hoodie, but you can see that these sold for $45 plus shipping. I took a $10 off offer on a slow weekend just to get the ball moving. And these last two items are items. One is an item that I'm no longer buying, which are bags. I used to sell bags, tried to get into it really deeply, found a couple good ones. couple bad ones. This has sat for a long time. It's just a affliction, kind of like, I don't know, little cinch bag. Sold for $10 plus shipping. Did not sell quickly. Didn't get a lot of attention though. But happy to get that moved. And the last item, guys, is an Athleta jacket that I've had for probably 2 years. It's, I don't know what the deal was. Probably a keyword issue. Probably there was some defects in the soft shell. Some of the stitching was coming loose. And it's a very old item. You can see here, look at that tag. It's probably a first generation Athleta piece. So but there you have it, guys. We had 14 items, $443.32. And just to recap, I mean it, guys. Understand what eBay does for you as a seller. Yes, they are very buyer-centric, but they allow certain protections as a seller. And understand those completely. Because there will be crappy buyers. There will be people who try to fraud you. Do not let it happen. Do not be intimidated. Do not respond negatively to buyers. Because buyers, just like I reported this buyer, buyers can in return report you. And you can actually get suspended. A huge ding on your account. You just don't want to take the chance. So when you get negative comments or negative messages, take a deep breath. Close your phone, go do something for a little bit, come back after you've cleared your mind, think about it, and do the right thing. But, guys, talk about it in the comments section, like and subscribe, and until next time, rule the day.